Hey guys, Avi here. And if you have been booking more and more sales calls, if you have been getting more and more leads, but you don't see that coming through in your wallet, then you have a very obvious problem. And I'm here to help you solve that. Now, more leads does not always equals more money. More calls does not mean you close more prospects. And sometimes less booked calls get you more money if they are done right. I'll break down a simple concept to you here. Let's say business A books 10 calls and business B books 10 calls as well per day, let's say. And business A closes 1, business B closes 2, and over a month business B is gonna have 60 deals and business A is gonna have 30 deals. And you can imagine how much that adds up to over months and a year. Over a year, this may pay off your house. Over a year, this 2x difference may buy you a Lambo. So trust me, this is a very important concept because you might be losing out on a lot of money either. So what you need to be optimizing for is the book to close rate. Don't be optimizing solely for the number of calls. I know it's addicting. I have been there. You love seeing the calls come in, the leads come in. You see this cheap ass cost per call and you think you are doing an amazing job, but when you go sit through the calls, it's absolute dog shit if they even show up. So you have to optimize for the book to close rate. Now what is a book to close rate? It's, let's say you book 100 calls and out of 100 you have a 70% show up rate, let's say, which is good. You get 70 people to show up, and out of those 70, let's say only 30 were properly qualified, and out of the 30 you close 3. So you have to track this whole process to see where you can improve. If you just track the 100 and the 3, you don't know where to improve. Let's say this was only 50, then you could go out there and say, I can definitely do better than a 50% show rate, and try working on that. And you can definitely get more qualified people in here. This is the biggest lever for all of you guys. You can definitely bump this number up to 40, even 50, but you have to track this whole contraption or else you are wasting money. And front end numbers don't always tell the full story. This is the idea I'm trying to get across to you. I'll give you one more comparison. Business A and business B once again. Let's say business A has 5 calls for the day. 3, 4, 5. And business B has the same. And out of these, he only closes 1, but he closes 3. Why? Because business B has a better qualification, better pixel conditioning and everything, which I'll get to. So this is time wasted, and only 2 slots are wasted with business B. And what usually happens is, in most cases, business A actually has more total number of booked calls. Let's say he has 8 calls and he only closes 2. How many slots is business A wasting? He's wasting 30 minutes here, an hour, hour 30, 2 hours, 2:30, 3 hours. So business A has wasted 3 hours and only closed 2. Business B has only wasted 1 hour and closed 3. So you can decide which you want to be, because business B is getting less technically, but they are getting more in terms of money and time. Time is very important. You can get back land, but you cannot get back time. Napoleon said this. Now, how you implement this in your paid ads is the real sauce I'm going to give you. In your paid ads, you usually, when you set up your campaign, you optimize for most conversions, right? But when you optimize for most conversions, this tells Meta you want the most is possible. And what Meta is gonna do is it's gonna go out there and look for the most is possible, which means the cheapest people it can find. And the cheapest people it can find are not the type of people you want. So you want to optimize for conversion value from Meta as well, but especially in your funnel. Now how you do that is by sending only qualified data to your pixel. Don't be letting anyone book a call and be sending that to your pixel. Have 5 to 10 questions, engineered questions that kick out any tire kickers, kick out any time wasters, and only let the very qualified people book a call and go. If you are on Go High Level or one or two other funnel builders that let you do this, you can actually go in there and see the prospects that booked and decide which ones hit your pixel. But either way, if you don't have that, you can just add a bunch of qualification and make sure only the people who get to see the thank you page hit the pixel. I'll show you what you mean right here. What I mean right here. Let's see people see the ad. You have a landing page with a VSL. You have a booking page and you have a questionnaire, and if they pass the questionnaire you have a thank you page. Your pixel has to be triggering here only, not anywhere here. And if you think this is too much friction, then you are wrong. It is too much friction, you are right, but you need this to make more money and save your time, save your closers time, whoever that might be, and place your pixel as deep as you can and only send this data back to the Facebook server, and only then it will learn that our ideal client is high value, not these low value ones. And how do you qualify prospects is a very arbitrary thing, but what I like to do and what I suggest most people do is run deep market research on your offer with AI. Perplexity or Gemini is top. Run research on your offer, and plus if you have 50 plus sales calls, take the transcript of those sales calls and see the most common patterns that makes a prospect qualified. Take those and the research and see and find what your ideal client is. The guy that always closes. You can look at PIFs. You can look at one call closes versus 2. Many other things you can look at, and you can look at, yeah, you get the idea though. So take these, see out of 50 if 20 were really good. In the transcript, find what those 20 had in common and put them in your funnel. Whether that's a supportive wife, whether that's a stable job, if it's B2C, whether that's what area they live in, whatever is niche to your offer, you have to put in there. And maybe you are thinking this will boost my cost per call insanely, but I'll debunk this as well. It will boost your cost per call, but why it's worth it? Okay, let's say in one scenario you have a $100 cost per call, and in another you have, let's say, 200 to make it easier for you to understand. And in this business you have to go through 10 sales calls to close one, which means you are spending 1,000 to close one deal. But in this business, let's say you have to go through 3 to close one, which means you are spending $600 per one deal. So which one would you rather have? Yes, this is a lower cost per call, and this will get you to jerk yourself off to those booked calls numbers. But if you looked at the CAC, the cost per deal, you will see this is a lot more profitable and a lot more scalable. You are saving $400 per deal. Now, I'm sure you get my concept by now, but I'll show you what you mean in my own website. What I mean in my own website a little bit. So you look at these questions, they are all engineered. Why I ask for 15k a month is because usually the people who already make 15k a month are the right type of people to work with, because they can spend on ads and everything. And what services are you interested in? Basic question. This is not a qualifier, and this is a qualifier as well, because I'm asking for the average, not your peak month but the average. So this is double qualification on the and ad spend. This is also something I noticed across my research and my sales call is, if they can't spend at least 5 grand a month on ads, they are not the right people to work with. And what's their perception of what's holding them back from scaling and everything? All these questions are engineered with the same way I showed you here. Well, I know I've been all over the place, but I hope you understand my point of why more booked calls does not always equals more money. I hope you implement this. I hope you have a bunch of qualifying questions and make more money off the same amount of booked calls, and you save a lot of time. Peace.